Goodness. Complex Culture, take 3. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Hello, everyone. It's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. How do you choose to be, to feel, to do today? I don't know how I choose today. I'm choosing to be very happy because today I'm going to be trying on everything I have from Complex Culture. Complex Culture, yesterday I was calling it cosmic and everything else under the sun because, you know, my brain does that sometimes. But today I might get it right. Complex Culture, if you didn't know, is a brand from Ipsy. And I'm here in the Big Smoke, Toronto. In Canada, we cannot order this brand because it's only available in the States. So we have to hope and pray that Ipsy puts this out either in our bag or as an add-on. And girl, if it's coming in our bag, it's only a deluxe size, or maybe we might be lucky enough to get a brush, which I did. I've gotten some brushes in my bag, or redeem my points and got some brushes. But I had to buy this. So I bought this one as an add-on. This is the Contour and Blush Duo. Beautiful, right? I was just on their site, so I'm going to tell you the prices of it. Let's go to makeup. I didn't say accessories, people. I said the makeup. Let's go to the makeup. So that duo is $35. I also got as an add-on last month their eyeshadow palette. This is the Edit 1 palette. And that's the first one they came out with. And this is $28. They have 2 more coming soon in this line, Edit number 2 and Edit number 3. I'm going to leave the pictures right here. I really like Edit number 3 because I like that dark, you know, brown that's in there. I think that's what's really missing in this eyeshadow palette is a darker shade. But I will say this here says ideal for light to medium skin tone. So I think if you're a darker tone, this is probably not going to work for you if you're of a darker skin tone. They also have another palette called the Party Edit, which is $28. I'm going to leave the picture right there. I really want this palette. This palette's so pretty. And they got a bunch of other stuff that we've seen, you know, on Ipsy. I know there were a few things last month that we could have gotten as an add-on. I didn't get them because I don't use them. Like there's a tinted lip cream for $18. There's a brow gel for $18, which I think we've seen that as an add-on. I never got it because I'm not going to use it. They have a highlighter duo. I have one highlight. It's a mini. I got that yesterday in the mail, if I can open it. So the highlighter duo is it's 30, and this is all US dollars. So I grabbed this one off of somebody on a Facebook page, I think for like $5, $6. This is Lucid, and then there's a lighter highlighter in the duo. So this one and the other one is in the duo. I really, really want that duo. So Ipsy, like, come out with that, please. What else do they have? They have a mini mascara, which we have, $12. I got the mascara yesterday. They have a lip balm for $12. I passed on that when we seen that for the add-on. They have 2 lip glosses for $18. They have a translucent finishing powder for $28. And apparently they're coming out with more stuff, you know. In regards to brushes, well, we're going to use this one today. This is their Press and Set bronzer brushes. And there's 3 brushes out of Complex Culture that I do not have. So let's see how she goes. The foundation brush is one I don't have. It's $35 USD, which I would never pay that for a brush. But I'm sure we've seen the spoilers. I made a video on what's coming in Ipsy for February, and we can't get this bag here in Canada, which is a real piss off. And that's a plus bag, and we can't get that X bag either, which is a real piss off. The X bag, if you didn't know, Ipsy's got this box. It's called the X box, and it's only every 3 months. And I think if you get the X box, then you don't get the regular bag, you know, the one that we can get here with the 5 sample sizes. It's almost like doing the same thing that Boxycharm does. So if you sign up for the X box, every 3 months when that box comes out, like say it's coming out in March, you only get that big box. You won't get the regular glam bag. Like Boxycharm does with the Boxycharm base box, you won't get that if you're going for the Luxebox kind of thing. But for some weird ass reason, again, we can't get it, which makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me, because listen, you cannot use transportation and shipping and duties as an excuse anymore. They can't do that. You know, when we have other companies that can, they can't do that. So they really need to get going, get on the ball. Like, I'm beginning to think that the owner of the company just don't like Canadians. That's what I'm thinking. I'm beginning to think this is a discrimination against Canadians, because there's no logical reason anymore. You can't come out and say transportation and duties anymore. Boxycharm does it. Other companies do it. They send it to us, no problem. You know, they just know what things that we can't get here in Canada, what they're not allowed to send across the border. And they're both the same freaking company now. All in, well, not the same company, two different companies, but owned by the same people. So, you know, it's not like nobody knows, you know, so stupid. Anyway, loving this bronzer, loving it. Very, very nice, loving this bronzer. Okay, I think this is going to be a favorite, this duo. And I love this brush. Oh, love it. I like to see them come out with an angled brush, like my Firma, you know, a brush like that on an angle. I'd like to see that come out with that kind of a brush. I'm sure they're going to come out with a whole bunch of stuff as the time goes on, right? They also have this one. This is 1,800 points right now on Ipsy. It's the powder brush, which I don't usually use big brushes like this because I don't wear powder. But if I put on too much blush, then I would take a big brush like this and fluff it up until it's nice and, I don't know, disintegrate it until it's no longer making me look like a clown. That's what I would do. But I got the brush anyway. I think I got that brush because I had signed back up, and I think they had, if you sign up, you can get the brush for free or something like that. It was a bonus. That's how I got that. And I have the highlight brush, so I have two of these. She's dirty, girl. Well loved, as you can tell. This one's all fluffy and been washed 1,000 times. Well loved. So I have a new one. And just to show you the other two brushes that I have, I literally just had them out. Okay, here you go. So I have two of these. This is like the all over blender brush. And I have this one, the precision lid brush, just to pack on those shadows. So I got two of these and I have two of these. And there's three that I don't have. Again, one is the foundation brush. The other one is the Easy Crease Definer. I don't have that one. And the precision concealer brush. I don't have that one. So hopefully they come out as an add-on or a choice. I'd love to see that because I'd be all over. If that was a choice, then that's obviously, if you ever see complex culture brushes as a choice, you know that I'm getting that. That's my choice that month every time. Okay, so now we're going to try on the blush. So far, well, we know I love the brushes. The bronzer is good. The blush is really pretty. I don't know. I wonder if you can get the blush, like, you know how you can get the highlight, like the mini deluxe size highlight? Can you get the blush? Yes, you can, because I have the blush, don't I? I do. What a dork I am. So I actually have the mini size blush. I bought it from a Facebook page. Somebody got this in their bag. I can't believe I'm not getting any of this makeup in my bag. But somebody had bought this from their bag. It's the same shade as this one. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might, I don't know, stick it in a giveaway. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But because I have the duo, I don't need the extra one, right? So, and if I'm able to get the highlighting duo, then I'll grab it and then probably put that mini highlight that I have in a giveaway as well. I just don't know, like, if anyone would want it because I swatched it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to use it. So I don't know how people would feel about that in a giveaway. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it or sell it and get my $6 back. You know what I mean? But, oh, man, beautiful blush. Are you seeing that gorgeous blush? Oh, it's making my cheeks look so pretty. It's not sitting on top of my foundation. That is such a pretty shade. So natural. Like Complex Culture to me is almost reminds me like really a natural, like their makeup is like really natural colors kind of thing. And I'm all into that, you know, the nudes and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure they're going to come out with some colorful stuff eventually, right? So this is a yes, absolute yes. If you guys missed this as an add-on and you're a Canadian girl, if they have it again, go for it. This is an absolute yes. Love that. Okay, we're going to try the highlighter next. See how she rocks with my highlighting brush. This is a fabulous brush. Fabulous. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you have from this company? Are you excited if you see something come out that we're able to get from this company? Or did you pass on this company? Or, you know, do you think it's kind of crappy? Let me know what your thoughts are on this company. Also, we're in a state of emergency here in Ontario. If you haven't heard the word, Mr. Ford, the Premier Doug Ford, came out today and put us in a state of emergency, which honestly, I'm like, what is the difference between what we've been going through since March and a state of emergency? You're telling people to stay home. We've been telling everybody since March to stay home. Apparently, people aren't listening, which I don't understand. And I honestly thought he was going to come out with a curfew like Quebec, but he's really against a curfew, so that's not going to happen. So I think what he said was that, you know, if people are caught in a group of 5, they're going to get a fine. And he's going to be tougher on big box businesses like Walmart and stuff like that, making sure they comply with the orders. But I'm like, I don't think that's going to stop some people. You know what I mean? So if you catch them outside, somebody's having a house party, if nobody calls to let authorities know that somebody's having a house party, then that's not stopping anything. He also said that if your employees can work at home, they have to work at home. And I'm going, okay, well, I don't know how my boss going to feel like that, because, you know, she likes to have me in the office a couple mornings a week, right? Meanwhile, I can work at home every day, which I try to. I don't want to go in the office if I don't have to. We don't see patients. There's no legit reason why I need to go into the office. There really isn't. Unless there's something there that needs to be scanned in, right? But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen now, because he said, if, you know, to the employers, if your employee can work at home, then they should be working at home, you know. And when I go to the office, I'm literally calling patients. And I'm in my own office. My boss is in her office. We chat on the EMR, which is what the program is called that, you know, we use for patients. We chat on the EMR. She tells me, you know, how to book the patients, what to send them, blah, blah, blah. And there are days that I do the exact same thing home. Like on Monday, we had patients, right? Monday afternoon, we called patients. But I worked at home Monday afternoon, and we do the exact same thing at home that I would do at the office. You know, so I don't know how that's going to go. I'd rather be at home. If there's something important that needs to go into the charts, then, you know, I can go to the office and get it and scan it in. Or, I mean, when she goes to the hospital, she can fax it to me kind of thing. If she can't, I don't know if she knows how, well, the scanner is at my desk. So, yeah, so how is that affecting you guys from what, if you're in Ontario, from what Ford came out and said today? Like, has that affected you at all? Is your life going to change any little tiny bit, you know, anything different than what it's been like since March? But I don't know. I don't know if this, honestly, I don't know if this state of emergency is going to make any kind of difference, to be honest. I really don't. Because if the people, you know, are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, staying home, we're not going back to school. Kids aren't going back into school now until the 10th of February. So they're going to be home doing online schooling, right? But if none of what he's been saying since March, since COVID really hit us, nobody's been listening since then, I don't know. I don't know what else they can do. I literally don't know what else the government can do to keep people at home. Now they're threatening, hey, more officers are able to give you fines. They're threatening big box companies like Walmart. Make sure you got 50% or less in your store. But what else are they going to do, though? You know, to me, it's not really going to make a difference. I don't think. You know, you got the same people who aren't listening, right? They're not bothered. I think we should have went to a curfew. But that's just my opinion. Everyone's different. Please don't get upset with me because I said that. Everybody is different. I just want this bloody virus to go away. That's it. I want it to go away. I want things to go back to normal. And I want our government to do everything that they can possibly do to make sure it does go away. Like shut down the airport for one, you know, because right now I can go on Air Canada and book a trip to Florida and leave next week. You know, oh, so when I come back, I get a COVID test. And then I go in quarantine for 14 days. You know, I don't understand that. I couldn't believe when I heard that I could have actually, I can fly to the States for a holiday. I did not know that. I thought everything was shut down. The border was shut down. I thought that meant planes, aeroplanes, trains, snakes, you name it. I thought it was all shut down. Apparently, I was wrong. Anyway, this is the eyeshadow palette. It is beautiful. This is a stunning shade here. It's like this purplish, pinkish lavender. Well, it's called Lavender Metal. She is a beauty. So yeah, it's a very nude-like palette. Like I said, everything I've seen this company come out with so far is more like in that nude range, in that nude variety. But I'm sure they're going to come out with colors and stuff too, right? Okay, what am I going to start with today? I think I'm going to start with Rose. And Rose is like a pinkish pink. It's a rose. Right. See, I wish they had like a darker shade, like a darker matte. So that's Rose and that's mauve. Mauve. Well, how do you call it? And I wish they had something darker that I can put in my outer corner, but they really don't, right? So I don't know. We're going to have to use something to figure that out. Okay, so I'm going to put Rose all over my lid and see how she is. I know when I swatched this, I said it seems to me like a great eyeshadow palette for beginners because the pigment isn't like bam, bam in your face. It's one of those ones that you want to build up. It's just very, it's like very soft, very romantic. That's what it reminds me of. You know what I mean? Like a very soft, romantic eyeshadow palette. Really, really good for beginners, I think. Definitely, if you have a darker skin tone, this is definitely not going to work for you. So, hopefully they get on that, you know. I wonder if those two palettes, because they have two palettes that they're coming out, edit number 2 and edit number 3. I wonder how the shades are in that, like if they're going to work for everybody, which I don't know. I don't like that. That's one thing, complex culture. You're going to come out with an eyeshadow palette. You want to make sure it's for everybody. You know, you can't disinclude half the population. You know what I mean? That ain't right. So that should have been thought of a lot better. Totally should have been thought of a lot better. And there's a lot of companies who do that. There's so many companies who don't think. But the more you build, the more pigment you do get. This is a beautiful pinkish color, though. Oh, so I got a story to tell you. Oh, I want to say to everyone who watched my Shop My Stash Part 2 video, the week number 2, when we're having the girl talk. So I'm hoping that every Sunday when I do my Shop My Stash, show you what I'm picking out, what I'm wearing for, you know, that whole week. that it's going to be a girl talk video. And you guys have made some awesome comments. I can't wait for Sunday to do my next Shop My Stash and read out the comments, discuss what we're talking about, and bring up more things in regards to women that nobody wants to talk about. Anything to do with women in general, right? Oh my God, your comments, some of them were hilarious of what women go through once we hit 50. And I can't wait to like read it out, because you know what? I've had some people go, oh my God, I'm 20 something and I didn't know this. I didn't know this is what's going to happen to my body when I turned 40 and up, right? You know, because no one talks about it. So I can't wait. I think that's going to be a cool little thing to do on Sundays. I mean, I even know one of the topics on Sunday is going to be anal bleaching. Did you know that that's a thing? Oh my goodness, like the thoughts that's going through my mind right now, I'm going to wait till Sunday, because I'm telling you, when I heard that, I pictured something different. I mean, I'm thinking about Javex, right? Anyway, yeah, we're going to have quite a conversation about that on the next video. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy talk. All right, now I'm going to go in. Oh, look, that's cute. I didn't even realize. What brush is this? Well, there's no name on it, so I figured it's Morphe. When I get a brush and there's no name, I'm like, it's Morphe. This is probably from a Jaclyn Hill. Is this a Jaclyn Hill collection brush? No, completely different. So I don't know where that brush came from. I have no idea, but we're going to use her. Nice and fluffy. That blender was beautiful. So this is a darker shade Mauve, it's called. And I'm trying to darken up my outer corner with it. So I don't know how many layers I'm going to have to put on here to darken that up to get it the shade that I want it, because it's, I don't know, it's just not coming as dark as I would have wanted it to. So I'm thinking I might have to go into my Iman palette, which is the palette that I'm using this week, and maybe pull it up the black that's in there, because she's not darkening up at all for me. She's a pretty color. I mean, she is a stunning color. I suppose I can put a little bit in my crease there, because it's a little bit darker than that rose shade. But this is a very, I don't know, it's like a very romantic palette. Very neutral. I think this is a great palette, like I said, if you're a beginner. Because I know when I started with makeup and I would get some palettes in boxes and the pigment was like kapow. You know, I didn't know what to do with that. When I first started with makeup, oh my goodness. If I got a palette where the pigment was crazy insane and I would put it on my eyes and then I'm like, oh my goodness, what do I do? What do I do? And then I'm trying to blend and I'm not that great at blending, and it's all a process. So now I'm like, yes, give me a pigmented palette any day, right? But I think for a beginner, this is a good palette. And it's very romantic. I mean, you get some beautiful looks out of it. Yeah, seriously though, I think there should have been a darker shade in here, because all we really have is a caramel shade and taupe. Let me see if taupe does. So I don't want to put the brownish there, because I really want to stick with that kind of, you know, rosy, mauve, pinkish kind of a tone going on. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay, now I'm going in with Lavender Metal. Oh, this is such a beautiful color. And then we're going to put on the mascara and see how she goes. I haven't tried the mascara. I just got it yesterday. Yeah, we definitely need something in that outer corner to off balance the brightness of this shade. But man, this shade is so bright, isn't it? Beautiful shade. I got it like all down here. That's me. That's not the makeup's fault. That's me. There's no kickback, no fallout. Yeah, there's literally no kickback on these shadows whatsoever in the pan. I guess that makes sense because it's not highly pigmented. That there isn't, you know, a lot of kickback here. All right, I'm going to go back in with mauve and just go over this. And then I'm going to get, I think, my Eyeshadow palette out. Put something a little bit darker. I think that's the one thing for me that's missing from this eyeshadow palette is a darker shade for sure. I'm going to move that down just a little bit. Cover more of my lid. What am I, 25 minutes? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to take my Eyeshadow palette, which is what I picked out of my Shop My Stash. Oh, they actually have Sweet'S. I think I'm going to take Sweet'S and put that in my outer corner and see if that darkens it up a little bit. Come on, Sweet'S. Is it getting dark at all? Oh, I was going to tell you a story. Okay, now I'm going with the black. All right, so... Okay, we got a little bit of black there. Right, I think that's all I'm going to do with it. That's all I'm going to do with that because I don't want too much black on there. I'm taking this big old fluffy brush here. This is from Storybook Cosmetics, this brush. And just fix my eyebrow, blend that out. Okay. All right, we're just going to play with the mascara. Wherever she is. Guys, what did I do with the mascara? Here we go. So, oh my goodness. I was going to tell you a story, but I think I'll wait until, I don't know, my next video or something to tell you a story. So this is the mascara. So, shh, Maddie, just one second. This is the mascara. So from what I've seen on their website, the only mascara they do have is the deluxe size. And it's $18. Was it $18 or $12? God, don't tell me the mascara was $18 US. Because that's a lot for a mini size mascara. No, I think it was $12, right? Let's go back. No, let's go back. Makeup. 27 minutes. Okay. $12. So the mascara is $12 US. So it's going to be about $15 Canadian. And that's a good price for a deluxe size mascara. Usually at Sephora's deluxe size mascaras are between, you know, 15 to 20 bucks. So that's not a bad price there. That's a good price. Would you buy this palette? I mean, for $28 US, if you bought this palette, it would be about $33. So $33 Canadian for this palette. Honestly, I don't know if it's, even though it's beautiful, I'm going to be honest, it's gorgeous, but for the price compared to what else we can get out there for that price and how the pigment is, I don't know about the price of it, and I'm just being honest. This was not made in China. The eyeshadow palette was not made in China. I think the blush duo was, but the eyeshadow palette wasn't. I think I was expecting, though, more pigment. I would like to see more pigment, for sure. But, I mean, you know, I guess you can say it is, like I said, a beginner's palette, right? And maybe they'll start coming out with palettes that's got a little bit more pigment to it. But it's still a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. But I don't know if I would pay $33 Canadian I mean, I'd put it maybe at $28 Canadian, $25 Canadian, like $24.99. $28 US, $33, $34 Canadian. That's probably even $35 Canadian, who knows, compared to our money. No, but I'd say $25 Canadian would be a good price for this palette. Okay, I gotta tell you guys, I love this mascara. Wow, love it. Love, love, love this mascara. Let's see, mascara, vegan, cruelty-free. Test it safe for sensitive eyes. Okay. This was made in Italy. So, I mean, a lot of their products, which is very good. Some are made in Italy. This one here, the mini, was made in China. And this mini was made in China. The eyeshadow palette was made in the USA. And I think the duo was made in, I think this was made in China as well. Yes. So, there you have it. Complex Culture. What do you think about this brand? I mean, I do like my eye look. I do. It's nice and soft and romantic. A little bit of lavender there. I just wish in that eyeshadow palette there was a darker shade, a couple of darker shades. But hey, you know, this was the first palette they came out with, and they have 2 others coming out that's got darker shades, so I'm just going to have to get them. And yeah, but I do love this company. I love that duo, the blush, the bronzer. I love that. I love the mascara. I love the brushes. I like the highlight. I got some shim going on there. I'm hoping they come out with foundation and concealer because I can't wait to see that. Anyways, I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.